Hey guys, well, I thought I'd do another Out of Breath Arm Sore Packer Minute, the show where I walk around the neighborhood talking about the Packers and you watch to see if I get struck by a cobra or whatnot. And it's the middle of the off season. Did one yesterday though. I really feel like there's a lot to talk about. Today I want to talk about a couple of second-year players in Dean Lowry and Fackrell. These are guys that I think are going to be important cogs to the Packers defense in the 2017 season. I think their development is actually going to be quite critical to how good our defense can be. Now, I know all the attention, of course, with the draft picks we have is going to go to your Vince Beagles of the world, and that's understandable. But I do think Fackrell putting on some weight, which is good. And Dean Lowry in particular, it looks like the Packers are giving him a little bit more of a look further outside than one would generally expect by virtue of his position. It'll be interesting to see how Lowry develops and how far the Packers push him in that role. He has a lot of size. He's got length, not as much speed. However, this is a Packers team that's going to be missing Julius Peppers and Dayton Jones, who were edge rushers, which Dean Lowry may very well fit that bill, especially as he develops his repertoire of NFL moves. And that could be significantly important to the Packers team that now cannot put, as we've been able to in the past. Let me just look both ways so this doesn't get more exciting than it needs to be. We can't put Matthews and Perry and Jones and Julius Peppers on the field at the same time anymore. And it's not that we lost one. We've lost two of those guys in Julius Peppers and Dayton Jones. So that's where I think Fackrell taking a step forward would allow Clay Matthews to bump inside. Who stands alongside Clay Matthews if he moves inside? I think Josh Jones is going to have a chance fairly soon. And Thomas probably, I'm talking passing downs. Also our nickel linebacker, inside linebacker. So if Fackrell can do the job, not just do the job adequately, but show some real promise on the outside. And again, he's got the length too. And was a little bit limited in terms of his size and a little bit limited in terms of his strength. Well, he added the right kind of size, which tends to add strength. And this can't help but bode well for him in the upcoming season. So for me, this offseason and this training camp that's coming up is going to be incredibly interesting. And then one of the guys I'm going to have my eye on is this Fackrell kid who, the Packers like them. And Lowry's another one who the Packers and Ted Thompson obviously liked him. And that's not even to mention guys like Blake Martinez that really, I think, have some upside and potential as well. But Ted Thompson's strength is he finds these guys that most of Packer Nation is not buzzing about. However, they know what they see on tape. They know the measurables that they're looking for, the targets they have, and they talk with these guys. And they are convinced that these can be good Packer players down the road. Now, with all the talk of edge rushers and D linemen and whatnot, and the defense in particular, I can't help but think about Vince Beagle at the same time. And I'm not sure how far behind Beagle is going to be, how far his timeline is going to be pushed because of the injury and then the surgery to correct the injury. But I expect it will be pushed out a ways. However, if he really can turn it on and become, again, this is a guy the Packers like. They liked him. I suspect they liked him as much or close to as much as TJ Watt. And if he can stay healthy, number one, which has been the bugaboo of our Packers defense, of our entire team. But if he can stay healthy, number one, a couple of white trucks in a row, dealer trucks. Should have jumped in the back of one of those guys taking a ride. But if he can get and stay healthy and becomes what his measurables say he could be, not just his measurables, but this is a guy with experience. TJ Watt was a guy who had spent 1 year at the linebacker position. Vince Beagle is a guy who's been doing it for a long time. Maybe TJ's ceiling is a bit higher. I don't know. But the measurables are very Clay Matthews-esque, and he is a smart guy, and he's playing for his hometown team, and he's playing in his home state. He's going to be as motivated as anybody out there. And I guess I've kind of wandered a little bit afield of what I was planning to talk about, but still, I think there's, my buddy Phil, I think there is good reason to be excited about what this Packers defense can be. And of course, a lot of the talk goes directly to the cornerback and the defensive backfield after that. But we'll be talking about that in the future for sure. Today, I don't know. I'm pretty excited about what Kyler Fackrell might be able to do with a little extra weight, a little extra strength, and what the Packers have some plans, I believe, for Dean Lowry, above and beyond just being a rotational guy, and it will be up to him to show that he can shoulder that burden and be kind of a difference maker. And I do think that's what they're trying to drum out of him, and that comes from them seeing some talent, some ability that he has, part of his skill set that they like and they think they can develop. So hopefully that all happens. I think we're going to need it, and if this Packers defense takes a step forward, I've been watching the games backwards and forwards. So today we watched backwards the Week 16 matchup from last year with the Minnesota Vikings, and those young guys, I'm telling you, they got some potential. So that's what we'll talk about for today. I will be back again. I will probably be getting on doing this little Walk and Talking Packers show a little bit more now because training camp's a month away, and I know you guys are hungering and hankering for Packer news, Packer talk. So we're gonna bring it to you, and we'll do it out in the great open air, and it's a beautiful day today too. So till next time, guys, take a walk, go Pack.